We'll start out just holding one arm, and you'll take the other hand. You can either use your thumb and your fingers as make a little mouth, or you can use the fingers and the other part of the hand to make a little mouth. And then you'll gently squeeze right at the forearm, close to the elbow. And then use the other hand. We'll go back and forth, back and forth. And you can move your fingers and your hand a little to find spots. Many of us, we don't even, so when it hurts, but sometimes it doesn't hurt, and then you explore a little, and then it's kind of tender in there. Yeah.
If you pick up anything with my fingers.
Yeah, and then let's do the same with make a loose fist. The same thing, and now we'll make some circular like motions in the wrist. Yeah. And you don't want to squeeze too hard with the other hand. It's like a squeeze and release. You can even go a little side to side. Yeah. Okay, and then release that. Do the second side. So here we go. Either this or this. Make your little squeezy. And then we'll go up and down. Yeah, this is, I'm mirroring you guys, but it's my right side. And this side's definitely a little more tender. I'm right-handed. And then we'll make the fist, same thing. Oh, circles. Yeah, there's like a spot right in there I can feel. Okay, and then release that, just do some little wiggles, move the hands around a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so I'll have us lay down on your side, and I'll recommend something under the head. This will be a bit similar. I think Kat did this with me the other day, and maybe Mary. Maybe Michelle was, I don't remember who was here, but it won't be exactly the same, but it'll be similar. So let's come lay down on one side. If you need a prop in between the knees, that's fine, at least at first. You won't want it later. And I have a block under my head for most of you. I think a blanket would be more comfortable. I'm just too lazy to go get one. That's the long and short of it. So we'll take the top hand against the bottom hand. And at first, just glide forward. So the top arm glides ahead of the bottom arm. And then we'll come back and just notice how far you get without bending the top elbow. And then we'll go again, forward and back. And let the head roll with the arm. I'm going to do some hair management here. And then we'll keep going with this basic idea. And the next time you go, let's flip the top arm so the palm faces up, and it's the back of the hand that glides. It'll just feel a little different. And again, we're only going as far as you can go without bending the elbow. I believe the one we did last time, we did bend the elbow, but this one's a little different. Yeah. And then let's flip the palm over again. So it's the palm of the hand going across. Yeah. And now this time, do bend the elbow and only go to the shoulder of the bottom arm. And then we'll go again. And every time you go, let the face turn the opposite direction. Yeah, so we're going to continue this, and just like before, we'll flip the palm over. So you're on the back of the hand glides, you come up to the shoulder of the bottom arm. And every time the hand touches the shoulder, let your face turn to look away from the hand. Yes. All right, we're going to go back again. So it's now the palm of the hand. Yep. And then we go again. And this time when you come, drag the hand across and up to the forehead. And use the hand to help pull the head over. And then use the hand to push the head back to where you started and re-glide the arm. So I'll keep talking about that, but if you've got the hang of it, keep on keeping on. So when we take this little extra, the head part, try to let the neck muscles be relaxed and let the hand do the turning of your head. Yeah, it's a very strange sensation, but I hope it feels kind of nice. And then just like we've been doing all these others, we'll try a few rounds now with the back of the hand. And that just rotates the arm, it'll move the shoulders slightly and change the angle. This one looks really dramatic. One of those old movies, she's about to faint. Right. And then let's finish up the one you're on with this. And then we'll come back to the palm of the hand. Come across, take the hand to the forehead, and now just use the hand to move the head back and forth, but still keeping the neck muscles passive. So we're not going to glide across the whole arm here. It's just the back and forth. Eyes can be open or closed. But see if you can keep the musculature around the eyes relaxed. Yeah. So we'll do one more thing. Let's pause the next time you're looking at the bottom arm. You can release the top arm. Now, if anybody does have a prop in between the knees, take that out at this point and interlace your fingers so that the arms aren't really going to move. And you'll glide the top leg now in front of the bottom leg, and then you'll glide it back. And you likely won't have a huge range of motion for this, so don't be frustrated by that. You might feel a little bit of a wiggle going on in the upper back and in the head, but try to keep the upper body relatively still. Now in a second, we'll let the hands separate. Go ahead and do that. And let the arm and the leg go together, and you'll see you have a little more movement available. Yeah. So let's pause here and just pause the leg, pause the arm, take a breath. And we'll repeat the very first movement that we did. So glide the top arm forward, and then glide it back without bending the elbow, and just see if there's more movement than there was. Yeah, do that a few more. I gotta say, I practiced this sequence a few days ago, right before getting in the car. And then when I was driving, every time I had to turn and look over my shoulder, like to park and stuff, oh, my head turned so easily, and it was just quite a pleasant experience. Yeah, so let's pause here, just take a moment. We'll do side two, but let's roll over onto your back for a second, just compare in a more symmetrical position. So you can have the legs bent or straight, just let the arms rest alongside you. And notice. For me, one side feels like it's sinking down towards the floor. It almost feels like I'm on a ramp. You might feel something similar, something completely different. Yeah. Let's also take just a head turn. Like you're saying no, let the head roll from side to side. And see how that feels in general. And if you have more movement available on one side or the other. Great. All right, and then we'll return to center. Let's change sides. I'm gonna flip all the way over just so that my face is to you. Yeah, but it'll be the same exact thing. So we'll start with whatever props you're using. Top arm, yeah, just laying down feels good, doesn't it? Yes. Top arm over the bottom, and then we'll glide just the hand so it glides forward. And without bending the elbow, glide back and just notice how far you go on this side. And likely in the very beginning, the second side does have more movement than the first because it's already benefited from what the first side did. Yeah, let the head roll as the arm is doing its thing. And then let's continue, but flip the palm to face up. So you're on the back of the hand on the top arm. And sometimes this gives you more range of motion, sometimes less. And sometimes it's just a different sensation. Let's turn back so that you're on the palm of the hand. And this time as you glide across, come to the shoulder of the bottom arm. You can bend the elbow here. That's it. We go again. And a bunch more times here. As the hand comes to the shoulder, let that face, let your head turn the other direction. Yeah. And then let's do the same thing with the back of the hand to the floor, to the arm. All right, let's turn back to the palm of the hand. As the arm glides across, let the hand come to the forehead and let the hand draw the head the other direction. And then let the hand push the head back to where we started, gliding across. And again, we go. Try to keep the neck muscles. We don't want them to help. Just let the neck muscles be relaxed and let the head be moved by your hand. Let's take last one like this, and then we'll do our dramatic gesture with the back of the hand. Yeah. And then let's reset here. So you're at the palm of the hand, and then we'll just do the head. So gliding across, hand comes to forehead, and let the hand move the head both directions. Let's take a few of those back and forth, back and forth. Yes, you guys. And then the next time we come back to where we started, let's pause, take the hands and interlace your fingers. If you do have a prop in between the knees, you probably want to get rid of that. And then we'll glide the top leg forward ahead of the bottom leg. And then glide it back. And do that a few times. It's just like what the arms were doing, but now it's the legs. And the arms are in this fixed position so that they don't move so much. And then let's let the hands go and let the hand and the arm and the leg both glide. You'll get more movement when you do it that way. That's it. And then let's let the leg settle and just do a few rounds here of the arm without bending the elbow. Notice if it just feels different than it did in the very beginning. Okay. So let's check out here our laying on the back position. Take your time to transition and just roll yourself on over and pause. Yeah. For me, at least, my ramp has evened out. Now I feel like I'm on a flatter surface. And let's take our head turn, one side, other side. And I should have had us check this in the beginning. But at least just compared to how it normally feels, I'm getting a little more movement myself. Yeah. All right, guys, let the head settle. And we'll bend up the knees. Pull the legs in, just give yourself a little squeeze, take a little movement, circle side to side, whatever feels good. Yeah. And then when you're ready to transition here, we'll turn over and come into all fours position. And we did a little forearm stretch in the beginning of class. This is actually going to be some work to strengthen the forearms. Nobody likes doing these, but they're good for you. So, when we get into position here, I'll show you how to do it. Let's actually start just in the all fours position. Tuck your toes under, shift back to child's pose, and go up onto the fingers so that you're on the wrists lift. Yeah, spider fingers. And just give the mat a little squeeze, a little scrunchy action. And that, you might already feel the forearms engage a bit just from doing that. All right, let's set the hands down. Come back up to your all fours. You can untuck the toes here. And now lift up onto the fingers. The thumbs will lift, and you're on the knuckle of the hand. So the hand is doing that. Yeah. And then you'll lift up and down. Now, if this is feeling just like nothing's happening, if you need more work, bring the hands back and or bring the shoulders forward. Then if on the other side of that, if that was too much work, let the hands go a little further forward. For me, all of it's feeling like work today. Yeah. Do that a few more times. We won't do this forever. I know it's not fun. Nice. Okay, and then take a little break. Come back to your child's pose. Perch up onto the fingertips. Give them out a little squeeze, little scrunchies. Yep. And then come up. If you're okay to kneel, you can be on your knees, or you can grab a block if that's more comfortable. It doesn't really matter what the legs are doing. This is, again, more about the hands. Just make yourself comfortable. Take your right hand like so, kind of like you're stop, and then hold on to the fingers and very gently draw back. So this will give a little stretch for the underside of the forearm. Yeah. It's about to get less pleasant. See if you can hold the hand in this position as you let go. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. And then that was it. We're just going to do the one. Put the thumb in the middle, the fingers around the thumb, and just move the wrist around a little bit. Yeah, just a little stretch. Good. Okay, release the hand, wiggle the fingers. Second side. So first we hold here. First we get the passive version with a little more stretch, which I think feels kind of nice. But you know it's coming, so we'll let go of the fingers, but try to keep them in that position. We hold. Yep. Won't stay forever. Usually I make us do 3, but just for one tonight. And then let's relax. Put the thumb on the inside, the fingers over the thumb, and just move the wrist around a little bit. Yeah, good. Now, if you're not used to working the forearms, this one you might actually feel later, but that's okay. We'll do this one at the end of class too. So let's come back to our all fours position. And press down, not through the back of the wrist, but more through the finger pads. And Kat, if you need to take the hands wider and or turn them out a little bit, that's fine. Yeah. Stay there, take a breath in. And as you exhale, round the back into your cat pose. Drop the head and the tailbone. And on the inhale, we'll come into our cow, broadening the collarbones. Take this a few more times. So exhale, we round. And inhale, we extend. One more time. Exhale, we round. And inhale, we extend. So you're going to add on to this. On the exhale, we'll round. And still on the exhale, shift back to child's pose, softening the elbows. On the inhale, try to drag the arms back without moving them. The elbows will re-straighten and we're back into our cat. So the exhale, we round and go back. And the inhale, we pull forward to come back up again. Let's take that just a few more times. Yeah, you guys. All right, next time we're back in the child's pose, we'll stay. Yeah. Take the hands and just walk them over a little bit to the right. So you're in somewhat of a side bend here. And see if you can lengthen the left arm a bit as you pull back through the left hip. So getting a side body stretch. Yeah. If you want more, take the right hand and just push it forward without going anywhere. Oh, yeah. Serratus anterior there on the side, you might be feeling that. Let's come out and do the second side. So both arms walk over to the right. Not too far, just a bit. See if you can lengthen the right arm a little more, pull back through the right hip. And if you want the extra, push the left hand down and forward. Oh, this side's even tighter for me. Yeah, stay here, breathe. See if you can, and when you breathe, you can expand the ribs right in the place you're feeling this. All right, friends, let's reset. Coming back to center. Come forward a little so the hips lift. Tuck your toes under. Let's shift back and up into downward facing dog pose. Go ahead and add in any kind of movement here. You can pedal the legs, you can shift your hips, you can move your head, whatever feels right. That's it. And then we'll pause. Separate your feet wide, bend the knees and walk your hands back. And prop yourself up so the forearms rest on your thighs. Take your time to do that. And once you're in position, just move the fingers and the wrists any way that feels good to you. In a second, we'll come up. You can root down through the feet. Use the inhale to rise, lifting the arms. Oh, yes. And the exhale, just bring the arms down. And then we can interlace the fingers here. Press one wrist forward and pull on the other side back. And then do the opposite. Oh, I heard that. You feel a stretch there, yeah. Yeah, go one more time on each side. Yeah, gentle, especially if you've got something going on. Yeah, all right. Nice job, guys. Release that, wiggle out the fingers a little bit. Yeah, let's separate your feet and legs, not too wide, but just a bit wider than you would normally stand. And then we'll take the arms out wide. I'll mirror you here. Turn your chest towards the right and let the left arm come across so the hands find each other. And then you'll slowly slide the left hand across and across the chest, and then we open, kind of like what we did laying down. And then go the other direction. So start hands touch, and then you'll slide across to go open. Let's do that one more time on each side. And just let the pelvis and the legs do what they want to do. Good. All right. And now from here, yogis, release the arms. Stay kind of wide. Take the left arm and swoop it down and up, and lift the left heel. Look down towards the floor, kind of behind you. That's it. And then undo that and do the other side. So we sweep and we lift and look down behind you. Good. And then let's release that. Release the arms. Reset yourself. So we're standing at the back of the mat with feet just hips width distance apart, not too wide. Root down through the feet. Use the inhale to lift and the exhale to go down. Forward fold is called Uttanasana. Take a halfway position. Move the chest forward. Glide the shoulder blades down the back. And then lower yourself down. We'll walk the hands forward, coming into our plank pose. And yes, we will stay. If you need to take something other than plank, that's fine. All fours would be a fine choice. Can everybody, though, broaden the collarbones? Yes. And counter that by lifting up through the bellies. And then press down through the pads of the fingers. Yes. Nice. Now, don't move your arms, but try to squeeze the forearms in a little towards the midline. See if that helps engage your core a little more. Yeah, Kat, you look like $1 million over there. Oh, good. It's a good looking plank. Let's put the knees down. Lower yourself down all the way to the belly, and we'll fold the hands and just rest the forehead down on the hands. You can give the hips a little wiggle if you like, a little movement there. Yes, yogis. Scooch the legs one at a time back and down, just enough to give you some room. Slide the hands a little further forward and the elbows in slightly. So it's reminiscent of Sphinx pose. And then from this position, let yourself slump down for a second in the chest. Without going anywhere, try to pull the elbows back towards your feet as you move the chest forward and then we lift. Yeah, so we want to keep this engagement of the arms pulling back. That looks great. Lower yourself down. Do that 2 more times. So we press down to come forward and up. Yes, and last one. We press down to come forward and up. Now make sure you can move your head easily here. If not, that means you're going into the neck and you can lower down a little bit. Good. Okay, lower yourself down, reset, fold the hands and rest the forehead. Bend your knees and swish the legs a little from side to side. Yeah. All right, and then let's set the legs down. Press back, we'll meet in downward facing dog pose. And then from your downward facing dog pose, let's meet in standing forward fold. Any way you want to do it is fine. Root down through the feet. Inhale, we rise all the way up to stand. And then on the exhale, set the arms down. Move the hands around a little bit. Yeah. All right, so let's do this. We'll do it later, and it'll be different when we're weight bearing on the hands. Take your hands out and have like the spider fingers position. Yeah? And then pretend you've got a pickle jar in each hand, and we're turning the jar lids out. Yeah. And then undo. Do that a few times. So you rotate out and feel that all the way up into the arm and the shoulder, almost kind of like screwing the shoulder in. Yeah, do that again. Good. And then one more time. Nice. Okay, and release. Shake it out. Yeah, so in a second we'll do that with the hands down on the floor, and the hands won't be able to move, so it'll go more into the shoulder. Let's try it. Come to the back of the mat again. Root down to rise up, inhale. And then on the exhale, come on down, forward fold. Halfway up we come, lengthen. Lower yourself down, walk the hands forward, and just end up in the all fours position. So the knees come back down. Yeah. Once you get there, broaden the collarbones. Press down into the floor, and now turn the jar lids out away from each other. Keep the hands trying to turn out, and at the same time, pull the forearms in towards the midline. Yeah, nice. Now, if you can maintain that and go back into your plank pose, do. If you need to stay in all fours, that's fine. Yeah, I'll just say it once again. So the hands are trying to turn out, the forearms are pulling in. Keep that and take the tiniest barely bend in the elbows and the tiniest barely bend in the knees. Yes! It's kind of horrible, isn't it? But very strong. Let's put the knees down. Come on down to the belly rest. Yeah. Let's give the hands a break here. Stretch the arms back alongside you. Backs of the hands to the floor. Turn your head to one side. Just rest. And then like we did in some of the other ones here, make a loose fist with your hands. Bend at the wrist so the back of the hand peels up off the floor, and just hold that for a second. When you're ready, you'll lengthen the fingers, lift the front of the shoulders away from the floor, lift the head, lift the legs, turn the palms of the hands in towards the body. Yeah, we'll come down, turn the face the other direction, and go once again. So you'll bend at the fingers, make a little fist, bend at the wrist, just hold that for a second. Yep. And then when you're ready, we'll undo, lift up into your Shalabhasana, little back bend. Great. Reset, hands down just under the shoulders, set the feet down. Back we go, downward facing dog pose. All right. And then from your down dog yogis, let's come to the front of the mat. Root down to rise up. Inhale, up we come. And exhale, down come the arms. All righty. So it's work, but it's good work. We'll actually stay off the hands for a little bit. If you like blocks for lunges, go get them. Well, we will have them down for this, but you'll see. All right. I'm actually going to start facing this way, so when I step back, I don't have my back to you. So here we are at the front of the mat. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we go down, forward fold. Take your halfway lift. And then on the way down, let's step right leg back, coming into your lunge pose. And we'll be here for a little bit. Make sure your hands are in the same line as the front foot. That's it. And the hands are roughly underneath the shoulders. Now, without moving the arms anywhere, and if you're on blocks, that's great. Try to pull the hands towards the back of the mat without actually going anywhere. And at the same time, pull the chest, the sternum forward. Oh, yeah. And then back it off. Do that twice more. So the hands try to pull back, the chest tries to pull forward. We back it off. And then last one. Yeah, great. Stay here, but back off a little with the arms. Turn the back heel to the floor. Let's come up to warrior two pose. Yeah, and let's just warm up a little. Straighten out the front leg, hands come to the hips. And as you rebend the front knee, add in a tilt in the pelvis. It's more like side angle. And then up we come. Do that a few times. Inner thigh stretch. All right, next time we come back up, let's pause. Let's take the arms actually straight up. Lengthen, but then relax the shoulders. Stay lengthened as you start to bend the right knee, but we won't tilt this time. So it's warrior two legs with the arms in this up position. Yeah. Now take the arms out, just classic warrior two, palms face the floor. Turn your face towards the left, but in your mind's eye, just find the right fingers and lengthen back towards the back of the mat with the right fingers. Now from here, let the right arm come across. You're sort of facing the front, palm to palm. And then glide the right arm a little forward. It's kind of awkward. Yeah. And then we'll glide it across the left arm, across the chest, and open. Nice. Do that again. Let's go the reverse. We bend, we slide across and forward. And then we slide across, we bend, and open. One more time. And then the next time we're in the open position, we'll stay. One more time, turn the palms to face down. Turn your face to the left, but pull back through the right fingertips. Yes, yogis. Let's look down at the floor. Release the arms down. Turn the back heel up. Take a few rounds just to bend and straighten the front knee, just to let that leg relax. Got it. And now from here, yogis, in a second, we'll turn to your right, going into a wide leg position. You can take the blocks with you if you're on them. That's it. And then look at your feet. Make sure one didn't end up ahead of the other. Yeah. Root down through the feet. Move the chest forward. Let's take that halfway position with the legs wide. And then from here, lower yourself down. Stay in the blocks if you need them, or get rid of them if you don't. And then we'll walk the arms forward. If you're on the blocks, take them with, and go out to your fingertips if you're able to. Try not to let the hips come forward, just the arms. Yes. Lengthen long through both sides of your waist. Yes, indeed. All right, we're going to do one more thing here. Come back again so the hands are just underneath the shoulders, possibly on the blocks. Take your, keep the left hand right where it is. Bend the right elbow and have just like a soft rounded arm. And as we turn to the right, let the arm, the shoulder blade, and the back of the body all move together. And you're not going to go all the way up to the ceiling. And then lower down. Change to the other side. That's it. And lower down. Yeah, keep a slightly more bend in the elbow. Almost, if you know ballet, it's kind of like second position. Yeah. Great. All right, yogis. And then from here, once the arm comes down, let's heel toe the legs in. Just come back to center. Bend the knees. Use the inhale to rise. And the exhale to release the arms. Awesome. So we get a second side to do. I'm gonna go this way again, just so my back is not to you, but be where you want to be. You can stay at the front, yeah. All right, and then we'll do the whole sequence on the second side. So starting in mountain pose. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we go down, forward fold. Inhale is the halfway, move the chest forward. And then we come down, step the left leg back, landing in your lunge. That's it. We are on second side, aren't we? Okay. And then without moving your hands, try to drag them back as you move the chest forward and back off. Do that a few more. Yes. Now, I would pull the blocks back a little. Yeah, and if you can, wiggle the back leg a little further back. Yeah. And then go last time. Nice. Okay, back heel turns down to the floor. Let's windmill arms up. Go ahead and straighten the front leg, hands to hips. And we'll do our little warm up here. So bend the front knee and tilt the pelvis. And then reset to center. A couple more times. Yeah. Now as you bend the knee, take a round and watch it. Make sure it doesn't roll in. We want the inner knee to reach straight out. Yep. All right, let's pause with the front leg straight. We'll enter the same way. Arms go straight up to the ceiling. Lengthen long, but then relax a little through the inner shoulders. Bend the front knee without tilting the pelvis for warrior two. Yeah, out come the arms. Turn your face to look left. I meant right, but keep your brain in the left fingers and lengthen back. Yes, yogis. All right. Now, take the back arm forward. Let's have the palms touch and glide the left arm a little further forward, which it won't want to do. Yeah. And then we'll glide across, bend the elbow, open up, and then we'll reverse the direction. We bend the elbow, go across and forward. Yeah, kind of like a little bow and arrow. Nice. Now the next time the arms open wide, we'll stay. Reset, palms face the floor. Keep both arms long. Yes. That's it. And then to get out, let's windmill down. Arms to the floor, turn the back heel up. We'll do the same transition here. So pivot around to your left. And if you're on the blocks, you can take them with. Here we are in our wide forward fold. Let's, if you don't need the blocks, get rid of them. But if you need them, keep them. Yeah. Now in this position, let's come into the halfway lift first, like we did before. Chest moves forward, shoulder blades draw down the back. This round will be a bit different than we did last time. Same as before though, we'll walk the arms forward as far as you can without the hips coming with, and go on your fingertips if possible. Lengthen as long as you can through both sides of the waist. And separate the hands a little. Can you turn your pickle jars here in this position? Oh, yeah. Great. Now, we'll reset. Start to crawl the arms back. Some of you will just remain with the hands right under the shoulders. Some of you will keep going. Hands go maybe in the same line as the feet. Yeah. You can be on your fingertips if you need. Can everybody broaden the collarbones and lift the shoulders away from the floor towards the ceiling? Yes, yogis. Nice. All right, to get out, let's reset, hands directly under the shoulders. Heel toe in just a little bit here so you're more stable. Bend the knees, inhale, up we come. Exhale, release the arms and reset yourself so the feet are just straight underneath you. You can turn around. Yeah, let's take it. Yeah, no, you're good. Take some hula hoops. I know, and we're facing all different directions. And then change other way. All right, let's pause here. Stand with the feet again, just a bit wider than you normally stand. And I'll mirror you. We'll reach the arms up. Use left hand to hold the right forearm. Pull up and over, taking a side bend. Just notice how that feels. And then lift the right heel and see how that'll give you a little more room to go. Yeah. Now, can you keep the hand in this position? Slowly set the heel back down. Oh yeah, like you're pulling taffy. And then press the heel firmly into the mat on that side. Ah, good. Up we come to center. Other side. So right hand holds left forearm. First we pull up and then we go over. Just check it out. We'll make it a little more. Lift the left heel, a little further over. Can you stay where you are with the hands? And slowly set the heel back down. Oh yeah, this side's my harder one. And then once it's there, press down firmly into the heel. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Yeah, just wiggle a little bit. Let's take slither asana. Yeah, I don't think we've done that one yet. So it's just you just slither around like a giant salamander. Oh my gosh, you guys, my tortoises have been so bad lately.
No.
We had to put one in timeout today. He was chasing the other one around and trying to bite him.
You must have done something.
Yeah, and then we put him in the box. He spent about 2 hours trying to get out of the box. And then he was just pouting. He pulled all the way into his shell and he wouldn't respond to any like food or anything.
He was mad.
And then we felt bad, but he kind of was asking for it.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, I just thought of that. All right, let's come back to the front. You hadn't had a tortoise story in a while, so.
Yes.
All right. Now in pose. In a second, we'll go back to plank and we'll revisit this idea. Yeah. So inhale your way up. Exhale your way down. Forward fold. Inhale is the half lift. And then we come down plank pose or your plank alternative. Yeah. Once you're in position, broaden the collarbones, lift the belly. Turn your jar legs out and hug the forearms in. Wow. Nice job. And now the neck hopefully isn't doing the work. It's all the arms, it's all the core, it's the legs, but not the neck. Yeah, let's come down, take a little break. Knees to the floor, all the way to the belly. We can rest again, just forehead on the hands. Yeah, feels good to lay down. All right, take a little wiggle in the pelvis if you like. And then let's just do simple quad stretch here. You'll bend the right knee, reach back, hold the foot or the ankle, whatever you've got back there. Try to draw back through the knee and forward through the navel. Maybe flex the foot. Yeah. Some people find that more interesting and some people don't. So, all right, release that. Change sides. Send the knee towards the back and the navel towards the front. Maybe flex the foot. Oh yeah, my left son, that's always way tighter. All right, release. Stay resting down here. Just take another little wobble. Good. All right, let's press back just a brief child's pose. Yeah. And then we'll come back to sit. And let's sit cross-legged, and I'll be specific. Right shin in front of left shin. Yeah. And then let's do our lobster claw again. So we've got here, pick an arm, this little squeezy up and down. Yeah. Might feel different now. We've done some work. And then let's make a fist and move the wrist around. And you don't want to just clamp the whole time. It's like a squeeze and release.
It's less sensitive.
It's less sensitive. Interesting. Yeah. All right, do the other side. So we're here, or here. Just a little squash. And then up and down goes the hand. And then we'll make our fist. Oh,
that one.
This
one's
yeah. Which is your busted side? It's the right. Okay. Interesting though, the right felt better.
Afterwards, yes.
Yeah, and the left doesn't.
Maybe the ligament is.
It's maybe just a little off. Yeah. All right, let's release that. Just little wiggles here. All right, keeping your legs crossed. Lift the pelvis just a smidge. Scooch it back and then come down so you're a little more tilted forward. Yeah. Slide the thumbs up into your hip creases and press down. Just create a little anchor. So the thumbs are in the middle here and the fingers wrap around. Sit up tall as the hands continue to press down. And then we'll hinge forward. Yeah. At some point, it might feel right to let go of the arms. If you want to keep them there, that's fine. And then let's take our itsy bitsy spider fingers and just start to curl forward until you feel it's enough. Yeah. And then we'll take a few breaths. You might go a little further, you might not. You might choose to actually back off. And if it feels good to add in a slight rock from side to side, feel free to include that. Yeah. Okay, friends. Let's start to come back up to center. And then we'll change. Put the left one in front. We'll do something a little different, but then we'll go down. Just take a twist. Just pick a side or to one side. And then let's go the other way. Yeah, I should have specified which side we were on, but I didn't. So come back to your side one. Stay there. So the front hand is on the knee. The back hand, reach up and then over on the diagonal. Oh, yeah. Nice job. And then we come back up. Change to side two. First, find the twist. It's the other hand to the other knee. Sit up tall. And then the back arm reaches up and over. Oh, yes, on the other diagonal. That's it. We come back up to the center. Release the arm, release the twist, but keep the cross legs. Lift the pelvis, scooch it back and then down. Thumbs into the hip crease. Press down as we lift up. Keep the hands here at first. Move the chest forward, not down, but forward. Yeah, and then if you want to let go ahead and join me here, itsy bitsy spiders. Forward, 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 until you find a spot where it's enough. And then we stay here, we breathe. And after a little time, maybe you go more, maybe you don't. Let's undo. Reset back to middle. And then we'll undo the legs. Stretch them long, let them be kind of lazy. Babasana. All right. And then from here, friends, let's come lay down on your back and have a block handy. And then, Mary, you can do this without the block if you want to. And everybody else, let's try it with the block. So you'll slide the block. Let's have it at the lowest height, right under the pelvis. And just pause for a second in the supported bridge. Yeah. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Yeah. And then you're likely familiar with windshield wipers. I'm going to have us do a sort of variation of that. Let's separate your feet a little bit wider. They go approximately as wide as the mat. And let the knees drop towards the right. But we're on the block, so you likely won't go too far. And then we'll come up and let the knees drop to the left. And then we'll come back to the right. And then there's an optional add-on here. You might have to scooch a little bit on the block. Right foot might come on top of the kind of the outer left leg. And if you've done that, press the left leg a little bit into the right foot. Just gently. Yeah. Yeah. Kat, let the left knee drop in a little towards the midline.
Okay.
Yeah, and then press the leg out into the foot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, and then let's undo. Reset back to center. Okay, this will be our last side here. So let the knees drop left. And if you need to scooch the pelvis a little to the right, sometimes that feels more stable if you're on the block. Left foot comes outside of the right thigh, and then we press the thigh into the foot. That's important, that press. Yeah. I'm feeling very different things on my two sides. Okay, let's undo. Undo. Take the block out. Come lay down for a second. Yeah, you could do just a little wiggle or something. And now this next one will also be a supported bridge, but we're going to use 2 blocks, and we'll set them on the diagonal. So let me show you. You'll lift the hips again. You'll slide the blocks in so they're supporting the cheeks on the outside. And the sacrum is just kind of hanging in the middle. Yeah, angle the blocks a little more diagonal, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at you.
There we go.
Yeah, it takes some finagling, and if they're not quite right, sometimes it feels terrible, so you might have to adjust a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and just relax. It looks okay from my perspective, doesn't it?
Looking better. I'm
Yeah.
feeling better.
So if you've never done this before, you might not know. We're very close to the floor. The pelvis is maybe an inch or 2 off. It's not a high bridge. This is more like one of those suspension bridges. And see if you can relax the belly. Imagine the sacrum and the lower back just kind of spreading. Yeah. Okay. And then lift the pelvis enough to pull the blocks out. Take your feet wide and let the knees drop in towards the midline. And we'll just stay here. If this would feel better with a block or some prop in between the knees, you could do that. Arms could be wherever they want to be. And then let's bring the knees, both knees into the chest. Just give yourself a little squeeze. It might feel good to take a little side to side or a little circle. Anything at all. An option here for a twist. Any twist variation is fine. I'm gonna just pop a block in between the knees and come over. Do that, or if you want to cross the legs, that's an option, or straighten the bottom leg, that's an option. And then whatever you did on side 1, let's repeat on side 2. All right, friends. So we'll come back to center, and let's do one symmetrical something. That could be a happy baby. I always like the thigh press. You could do that. Maybe just a big stretch. You could do that. Whatever you need. And our next place will be Shavasana. Yeah, it's the real reason you came, isn't it? Yes. So as you settle in, I'm going to turn out a few lights here. Let the work be done. And let your body rest. See if you can rest your face in particular. Let go of any expression that you might be holding. musculature around your mouth, eyes. Bring your attention back to your body. Start to bring a little movement anywhere that feels right. When you're ready, you can bend the knees. Roll over to one side. And we'll meet back in a seated position. Any way you want to sit. Hands right at heart center. Thank your body for everything that it's able to do. And thank yourself for showing up. Namaste.